Hey, welcome to 524 week 7. Can you believe it's week 7? Wow. Um, I hope you guys are staying vaguely dry, staying safe. Weather has been crazy all over. This week, there's a couple big topics talking about bullying and then early intervention and prevention. So, a little bit of reading. You have the McWhorter chapters 12 and 13, and a couple things jumped out to me. In chapter 12, the thing that really stuck out is cyberbullying. Wanted to share a couple resources, and I will link to them in the announcement. The Ophelia Project, something you probably have not heard of before, but take a look at that. Really great resources for how to have meaningful conversations with students around bullying and behavior and just kind of growing up. The other one is Common Sense Media, which hopefully you have heard of. If not, pause me and go spend an hour on Common Sense Media. Lots of really good digital citizenship lessons. If you're a parent, there's also lots of resources around video games and movies and TV shows and reviews and how appropriate they are in different ways. So that's also a great thing just to recommend to parents, depending on which grade you teach. Also a great resource if you are a parent. So I wanted to make sure I shared those two things with you. Chapter 13, I wanted to go on a tiny bit of a tangent talking about problem-solving skills. There's something, and again, I will link this in the announcements. It's called Breakout EDU, and the idea of Breakout is to be able to share, not to share, it's a game, it's a puzzle. If you've heard of those escape rooms, right, you pay like $50 and you try and there's all these crazy puzzles. It's the same idea with Breakout, only I'm going to angle it over here, right up there. That's a box. So you put a hasp on it, you put a lock, and you put like 6 different locks on it. And there's all these games, breakoutedu.com, where students have to collaboratively work together and problem solve to try and get the clues. So, for example, they might have a printout map, or it might be a Google map using Google Tour Builder, and it's like go north, south, and east. So they have to actually go to one of the locks. Hang on, I actually have the locks right here. So they would grab, here we go, a directional lock like this. Oh, that's backwards. Right? And then so I said north, east, south, and then pull, and it would unlock, right? So that's a directional lock. And all of those go on this thing, hasp, right? So that opens up, that connects to this, and you're going to end up having a whole bunch of locks. Some are just a key, and that's hidden around, so you might add that on, and then this is connected to the box. And there's usually nothing hidden in the box. Some of them have different letters, 5 letters. Some of them are directions this way. There's 3-digit locks. There's 4-digit locks. There's all kinds of things. So the idea, and you can start to imagine what this looks like with all these locks trying to get into that. When we think of what 21st century education looks like, when we think about problem solving and how students really develop problem solving skills, I think things like Breakout EDU is a really cool way to start to build these instead of just, all right, we're going to talk about alternative solutions today, which is good and something that really forces the issue. You set a timer in the classroom, 45 minutes, go! I'm like, oh, what's the puzzle? They have, there's some clues that you can write not in a ultraviolet light, right? And then you shine the pen on it, and then you're able to see the clues. Super cool game. There's some reflective cards at the end, right? Again, really cool. Looks like an actual deck of cards. What was your role? What's something you struggled with? Were you able to speak up? Students are able to really reflect on their behavior and think about their problem solving within that. So I know that's not really the point of chapter 13, but it's the type of thing that if you've not heard of this, their Facebook group is really active, and the kit's super cool. So if you have any funding, totally recommend it, especially for the last kind of quarter of the school year, or if you're looking for a grant, any sort of things like with credit unions or the Rotary Club, that's the type of thing they would for sure fund. So yeah, that's that for the reading. There's not an announcement, or not an assignment, sorry, wrong A word. There's not an assignment this week. You do have 2 discussion boards. So one of them talks about bullying, and it prompts you to either share your school or district's anti-bullying policy, talk about the strengths and the weaknesses, and if you don't have one, then interview or connect with a teacher or admin who does, and share what you learned with that. The other assignment talks about, or the other discussion board, sorry, asks for an early intervention strategy you would like to be trained in. So add an NAPA citation for that. Talk about research programs on what you are interested in. Yeah, so coming up, looking ahead, that resource binder, the second half of that is due on the 3rd of March, so not this week, not week 7, it's the end of week 8. That is coming up. I wanted to give you a heads up on that. And that is all. So week 6 that we just passed was a really heavy week, so week 7 is a little bit lighter. Then it ramps up to end our course. Again, we just have 8 weeks, so it's this week and next week, and we are done. So hang in there. If you happen to be on break this coming week, next week, if your school has February break, enjoy that. If not, then don't enjoy that. And that is about it. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I encourage you to try and get ahead a little bit since this is a lighter week before our course wraps up. And happy week 7.